I'd like to introduce our next commencement speaker, Dr. Lisa Oy. Dr. Lisa Oy was born in the Netherlands and moved to the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, with her family at a very young age. Initially speaking only Dutch, she quickly mastered English and discovered her passion for sports, becoming the only girl on her first grade soccer team. She went on to earn a BA in European Studies with a minor in Business Administration from UC Berkeley. Her career began in the fitness industry, but her path soon took a bold turn. She moved to Hong Kong, where she landed her dream job managing major sporting events with IMG. However, after the sudden death of her father, she made a life-changing decision to shift careers. She pursued a Master of Science in Physical Therapy at UCSF, SFSU, where she served as class president and received both the Distinguished Student and UC Regents Scholar Award. In 2005, Dr. Oy completed UCSF's first transitional Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. In 2015, Dr. Oy narrowed her focus to Parkinson's disease and founded PD Connect, a nonprofit organization offering education and exercise programs, all on a donation basis. Under her leadership, PD Connect has become a vital resource for the Parkinson's community. In 2023, she received the prestigious Jefferson Award, often referred to as the Nobel Prize for Community and Public Service, in recognition of her significant efforts. This year, Dr. Oy celebrates PD Connect's 10th year anniversary, marking a decade of empowering thousands within the Parkinson's community. Alongside her nonprofit work, Lisa continues to run a private concierge physical therapy practice. She remains active in sports, enjoying soccer, practicing her foreign accents, and playing the drums. Please welcome Dr. Lisa Oy.
Hello and welcome, family, friends, faculty, and most of all, graduates of the class of 2025. Congratulations, you're officially a Doctor of Physical Therapy. You did it. You survived the twists and turns of COVID and hybrid learning, the always amusing neuroanatomy, practical exams, clinicals, and the eternal fluorescent lighting of HSW. I'm deeply honored to share this moment with you. Thank you, Dr. Fitzsimmons, for inviting me. Hi, I'm Lisa, and if you're wondering how to pronounce my last name, it's Oy, like chewy, gooey, fooey, pooey. Occasionally mispronounced as Dr. Owie, which I like to think is the sound people make after a tough but very rewarding manual therapy session. So who ends up giving a commencement speech? Sometimes it's not who you expect, not the loudest voice, not the biggest resume. It could be someone who never imagined it. A Dutch, Indonesian, Chinese kid from Holland with a last name that sounds like a sound effect. Basically a walking United Nations potluck. If you've ever craved stroopwafels, nasi goreng, and dim sum all at once, you get me. I'm pretty sure my DNA is like 30% soy sauce and 70% syrup. The point is, you don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes you just say yes and end up somewhere you never thought to dream. When I think about life and career journeys, I think about maps, about movement, which makes sense. Our work is literally about how people move and how movement gives people back their lives, about how every one of us took a different path to get here. Some of you knew by age 4 that you wanted to be a PT working with athletes. Others of you were just getting your training wheels taken off your bike. But somehow we all made it. Commencement speeches love to say that life is a journey, and it's true, but no two journeys are the same. We all get rerouted 6 times. Sometimes we miss our scheduled exits and take the scenic route, yet still we end up exactly where we're supposed to be. Life isn't a straight line. It's more like Amsterdam's U-shaped canals, where you think you're going forward, but you end up practically in the same place, Central Station. Or it's like Tokyo's subway, a Rubik's Cube inside a Sudoku puzzle. Ayane, you know what I'm talking about. 5 escalators, 3 trains, a dozen arrows, and boom, you arrive. Sometimes the detour is the destination. After college, I started working in international sports management while living in Hong Kong, flying around Asia, rubbing shoulders with professional athletes, and thinking I was living the dream. But then, one day, my dad suddenly died. And it was as if someone had spilled paint all over my map, and I couldn't see where I was going anymore. Shortly thereafter, my friend says to me, I'm on my way to China to teach English while I'm waiting to get into PT school. So I ask, what's PT school? And with that simple question, it rerouted everything. Then I basically did what all of you did here at UCSF and SFSU, except on a 256 desktop PT. And like many of you, got a job in outpatient ortho. I loved a solid posterior capsule stretch and McConnell taping. But the pace, 14 patients a day, was exhausting. So yeah, I took another unexpected off-ramp from my journey, and a week later, without looking for a job, started in home health. More flexibility, more time for connection, more $2.99 lunch specials. I was helping people and doing good work, but I still felt like I wasn't using all of my God-given talents. Then I came across a road sign and took a right turn onto Wall Street and started trading stocks. No, for real. Learn to read stock charts. And oh yeah, bought Meta, when it was only $20. But while that detour had its rewards, it wasn't the destination. The real turn came, as many pivotal things have, when Dr. Nancy Bill, Nancy, thank you, wherever you are, invited me to work on a Parkinson's research project. That's where it all clicked. That was the beginning of what became PD Connect, and that's where I felt at home. By the way, PD Connect class is enthusiastically described by one of our vibrant community members as the best hour of the day. For the first time, it felt like I was using everything, the educator in me, the creative, the connector, the motivator, not just the clinician. And honestly, I don't think I got here because I'm a go-getter. I'm not someone who wakes up at 5 a.m. with a vision board and a 10-year plan. My strengths are more like relational problem solving and spotting gaps of unmet need, not necessarily mastering a methodology. I didn't push my way here. I noticed my way here. Because here's my point. Opportunity isn't always something you seek. Sometimes it's something you notice. It's all around you, behind you, beside you, hidden in a patient's story or your own discomfort. But to notice it, you have to make space. Notice what's not working, what's weighing you down. And when you clear that space, even just a little, something new can emerge. The trick is to zoom out. The map is always bigger than you think. And healing isn't linear, and neither is your career. You'll double back, pause, pivot, and sometimes feel like you're stuck. In Parkinson's, there's something called freezing of gait. In one study, patients were shown a photo of a kitchen and asked to find the bread. For those without freezing, they could find the bread in about 15 eye movements. But for those with freezing, it took over 50. They kept scanning the same spot, unable to zoom out. And that's us sometimes, stuck on a moment, unsure what's next. But when we do widen the frame, we realize the next step was just outside our line of sight. And when you do find yourself stuck, look around. No, literally, look left, look right, do some neck rotation. These people beside you, they're not just your classmates, they're your connective tissue, your future collaborators, colleagues, maybe even co-founders. These are the people who will get your ongoing perplexity with the SI joint. And they're the ones who will remind you why you chose this path when the days get long. And like the muscles we work with, this profession will demand strength, flexibility, and endurance, not just physically, but emotionally too. Yes, it took muscle to get here, but going forward, it will take meaning. As a new grad, your greatest tools are your skills, but over time, it's your presence, your listening, your joy. And when you bring that into a room, people feel seen. Whoops. And that's where healing begins. Okay, hat, stay on here. One thing I love about working in Parkinson's is that I'm not expected to cure, but I can certainly still heal. And I think I might just take this thing off. And sometimes the healing is more important. Okay, so full disclosure, when I first sat down to write this speech, I did ask AI for some help. And it gave me three very articulate, three very polished versions, thoughtful, articulate, and completely unhuman. Because while AI can help maybe draft a speech and generate a home exercise program, it can't heal, it can't touch, but you can. And Parkinson's taught me something. You don't need to fix everything. You give people tools to live their best lives now. Healing isn't curing. Healing is presence. It's connection. It's noticing. And when someone feels seen, they move more freely, and so do we. You are the healers. You are the ones who will make this profession humanity at its best. So a lot of people say, follow your dreams. But I hope you find yourself someplace even further than you have ever thought to dream. And if not, don't worry. In Holland, we just get on the bike and try again tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2025, and thank you.
Thank you so much.